Hey everyone, welcome to Tent Talk, the Farmers Market podcast. This podcast is all about farmers markets. Whether you're a farmers market manager or a small farmer, food maker, or artisan crafter selling at farmers markets, you have found just the right podcast.
I'm Kat Fields-White.
And I'm Bridget Myers. We're longtime farmers market managers, educators, and consultants.
Hello, this is Tent Talk producer Leandra Hayes. Earlier this month at InTents, the Farmers Market Conference 2025, hundreds of market managers, farmers, vendors, board members, and policymakers gathered to learn, network, and collaborate for 3 full days in sometimes sunny San Diego. I was lucky enough to sit down with some of the attendees and ask what their best resources are for facing farmers market stress. Get ready to listen in.
Today's episode of Tent Talk, the Farmers Market podcast, is supported by MarketWorks. Escape the generic spreadsheets and endless emails and consolidate your market applications, space reservations, invoicing, and reports into one convenient program. It's easy to establish and update vendor profiles and create polished market maps to give your website and your marketing some extra love with MarketWorks' simple interface. If you're ready to streamline your market management systems, contact Chris at MarketWorks by clicking on their logo on the resource page at farmersmarketpros.com.
Welcome back, everybody. Join us today to hear what more than 20 market folks shared when we sat down at InTents, the National Farmers Market Conference 2025, and asked what keeps them going when their markets feel challenging. We are rolling. Welcome to Tent Talk Live at InTents. What is your name and your organization and where you're from?
My name is Doug Farr. I'm with Seattle Farmers Markets Association in Seattle, Washington. We run 3 farmers markets: Ballard Farmers Market, which is year-round, Wallingford Farmers Market, and Madrona Farmers Markets, or weekday markets. And we're in San Diego right now at the InTents conference. The question is, what helps you the most to face challenges and keep growing your market? One of the biggest things of which I believe in is staying connected with my team of employees and also working closely with the vendors. An important thing of which we believe is that we set the stage for the farmers market, and it trickles down. So we always try to stay positive, leave our personal issues behind. Market day is all about being positive and creating an environment where everybody is welcome, inclusive, and everybody is there to have a good day. There's enough happening in this world that when we want to go to the farmers market, we want to have a connection with real people and to be able to meet our neighbors and not to talk politics and to not talk about the problems that are happening around us, but we want to stay connected with the local community and to know that we are safe and to make that personal connection. So when we come to the market, that's one of the things that we do is that our team has a round table before we start the market. We all talk about how the day is going to go, if anybody has any issues or whatever. And then we all ask a question to each other. And the morning question, sometimes it's, where do you want to live in this world? What's your favorite color? Where were you born? Just something personal to each other. And then at the end of the day, we have a roundup. We talk about the market, how everything went, positives, negatives, any events that happen. But then we all just sit around and enjoy each other's company. And so we end the day just like we started the day. And so we shut the market down, and then we have a personal roundup and just stay connected with each other. So that's how we run our markets.
My name is Erica Tebbins, and my organization is Taste Local Difference, and we are a local food marketing agency. I would say that what helps me the most when facing challenges is remembering and reflecting back on wins and successes. So thinking back to satisfied customers, the raving fans, the people who you've made their day, the coworkers who love to be there, anything like that, like just anchoring into and remembering all of the good stuff that you've been able to achieve. I feel like it's proof that if you've done it once, you can do it again, and then just going from there.
My name is Sarah Dillon Jensen, and I am from Lake Stevens, Washington. I run 2 farmers markets in the area, Lake Stevens and Snohomish, and my company is called The Market Maven. My best resources, there's actually a couple. Obviously, our Farmers Market Pros community, because we can just ask questions in there and get answers and get feedback and kind of brainstorm, even though we're not all in the same place like we are here at the conference. And then I belong to a really amazing networking women's group that is just great for dealing with the things that come up as women in business. So I feel like I can always vent to them, even if they don't understand my job. They can provide resources, collaborations, and those types of things.
Yeah, how did you find a community like that, or who started something like that?
My friend Jessica, we become very close now, but she started it back during the pandemic when disconnection was a thing. She was trying to connect women that just needed to feel like they could talk to each other. Started in her backyard, so safely. And then she said she was never going to do it again. And here we are 3 years later. She started a business with memberships, and she provides monthly events and opportunities for us to speak, for us to learn, for us to share information about being women in business, and then also the struggles that come along with that. Because like you said, we're all we've got.
My name is Brett Pinsent. I am the market manager of the Cary Farmers Market in Cary, North Carolina, just outside of Raleigh. And the thing that helps me the most in facing challenges or in keeping my market growing, there's a couple things. For one, like my market community. So I mean that both in terms of like my individual market, but my market of other managers that I keep in touch with. And so we have a really great organization called the North Carolina Farmers Market Network, and I have a region there that I look after, and we do regular meetups for that, and just kind of refilling our cup and like, you know, getting together and having coffee and being able to talk about the things that only farmers market managers understand is so essential for that. So I take a lot from that. And then being at the market every single week and seeing that the things that we do truly like impact people on a weekly basis is just so essential to like keeping me going. And this is the first job that I've ever had where I don't wake up and dread going to work. So like I look forward to every Saturday, which says a lot because like summer in the South is not a joke. And I'm not used to it being a native of California. So even on those hot and gross like summer days, I still really look forward to like going to the market and getting everything that I can from both my vendors and my patrons and the dogs that come to our market, because I know dogs are always a divisive thing. So.
Okay. Hi, my name is Natalie Labashoff. I am the Director of Operations for Farm Habit, and we operate 8 farmers markets across LA County and Orange County. When things are tough, I think actually all the time I'm operating with a level of enthusiasm. It's just part of who I am. I was a cheerleader from 3rd grade through college. I'm excited. And I think that, yeah. And I think that really helps you get through the day. And if you remember that, you know, the work that you're doing is helping other people, or even as small as like making one person happy. I even think about like one person getting their hummus that they love so much that's going to make their day a little bit better, even though that's 4 people away from me. I still help them get that one little bit of joy out of their day. And so keeping that enthusiasm kind of at the base of my center being helps me do anything, I think.
My name is Sierra LaRose, and I am with Kingsley Farmers Market Manager, and I'm from Kingsley, Michigan. What helps me most is remembering my mission. So the reason I started a market in our community was the mission to get local food to our people and to create community. And there are tons of challenges in doing that, but when I start to feel them and face them, I have to come back to that original mission and how important that is. And every time I do, it brings tears to my eyes.
My name is Christopher Hudson. I am the owner of Benny Blanco Tortillas. We are based in Apache Junction, Arizona, and my main market is the Gilbert Farmers Market in Gilbert, Arizona. When I face challenges and I'm trying to grow the business, what helps me the most is people who've been there before, and there's a lot of resources online. There's a couple podcasts. I've been listening to the Farmers Market Pros podcast for about 5 years, and I've been in business for just under 7. And so I've gotten so much information. And through that, I've met Sarah Delavan, the Good Food CFO, who we actually, my wife and I hired to help us do a review of our business. And it was invaluable information. And Molly Ballant, who I also met through the Farmers Market Pros podcast. I've learned so much about Instagram and marketing through her. And just all the free information that so many folks are so generous to give has really helped me build the business, because I have no background in business or marketing. All the help I've received has just been wonderful.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I work for Sustainable Food Center in Austin, Texas. We manage 2 farmers markets, one at Republic Square downtown and one at Sunset Valley. And what helps me the most to face challenges and keep growing our markets, both markets, is definitely the mission of our organization, that we are a food access site. The vendors that show up every Saturday, rain or shine, to make a living. The farmers, the ranchers, the community, and the passionate customers. The customers that intentionally come to a farmer's market to make the connection with the people who make and grow their food.
Yes.
Okay, my name is Jason Noble. I am the market manager for the North Park Market here in San Diego, California. When I have big challenges or questions that I'm not quite sure how to answer, I have a group of 4 or 5 friends that are professionals and expertise in their field, and they aren't market managers, but they can often add a different voice that, like an outside looking in kind of voice, a new perspective on the problem. So that helps a lot.
My name is Alan Moy. I'm the Executive Director of the Pacific Coast Farmers Market Association. We operate certified farmers markets in the San Francisco Bay Area. What helps me is looking, first of all, to the new ideas that come from my new staff members, then trying to balance that with my years of experience in the industry, reminding myself that because we've always done it that way is not a good excuse for not doing something. Then I also look at how can I take a step back? How can I go someplace where there's no cell service? Unbind myself from the rules that we operate under and return to the work with a fresh set of excitement, because what we do is really important. And the fact that we're bringing people together and giving them access to the best food in the world is a really cool thing to do for a living. And sometimes you just have to step back from it to be able to step back in and remind yourself of that.
Hi, I am Seth Jones. Thank you for having me on TED Talk. Yes. I am from the Point Breeze Community Market in Philadelphia. I lean on very conceptual, energetic resource in this case, right? I would say I believe in, I guess, what most people would call karma. And so I think that a lot of your actions can bring you a positive karma or give you a negative karma, let's say. But I think that it's mostly in the intention, like setting an intention before you do something and then having the same energy come back to you as a result of putting that out there. So for me, if I'm having a bad day, I make sure that I will do something good for somebody else. Good is a weird word for me. Something positive or beneficial, synergistic for somebody else. Right.
Yeah.
Kind. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that honestly always changes my mood. Always makes me feel a little better, restores my hope in humanity every time. So I'm like, okay, especially like when you do it and somebody is like, for instance, I had an Uber driver earlier and he had a lot of traumatic experiences recently, all in the same span. And I was talking to him and I'm like, dude, like, he asked me about farmers markets. So I was explaining to him how farmers markets are awesome and secretly profitable.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, and then he was just like, I tipped him pretty well, but it was more about, I tried to kind of embed some energy in him so that he would understand that he could make it okay if that was his intention.
Yeah.
So I kind of yelled at him for like 5 minutes, but like in the most positive way. And like he was into it. And by the end of it, he was like, happier. He was like more vibrant. He was like, you know what, dude, this situation will change and I will eventually overcome it. So I know that's super abstract, but that's definitely what it is. A positive interaction with somebody else to increase both of our good karmas.
So my name is Amanda Maria Edmonds. I'm a consultant and researcher in the farmers market sector based in Ypsilanti, Michigan. My consulting firm is Beehive Strategies. Early in my career, the first sort of 15 to 20 years of my career, I was running a nonprofit organization. So I was working very much on the ground and in the ground, leading teams, doing farmers markets and urban agriculture and school and community gardens. And the great thing about that part of that type of work that feeds your soul is that there are such tangential outcomes that you can literally see and feel and touch. And so that's really like a satisfying place to be. In the last 10 years or so of my career, I've been in much less tangible work because I've moved into doing policy and systems and environmental change, right? Like I'm trying to change things at the bigger level based on my pragmatic experience on the ground for decades. I'm trying to change the big things in the way that will affect the people doing the work on the ground. But that is much longer term work, much bigger picture work, kind of heady work at times. My goal is always to connect it back. And so I find myself, because I'm also playing a role as a market researcher, doing a lot of independent work, days where it's all me and writing and analyzing and things like that. And honestly, coming back to talking to people. So I do still sit, my way to support myself in those times is that I actually sit on lots of boards and commissions and committees and things like that. And I get so much energy from those times, and it reminds me of the work and the systems that I'm trying to change, both what the work I'm doing in those boards and committees and commissions, but also it gives me that energy and that grounding to come back to my really independent work, which is sort of what I'm doing a majority of many days right now.
My name is Kimberly Neisto. I'm with Heritage Farmers Market, and we are located in Southern California, Inland Empire area, which is San Bernardino County, for those of you that don't know, or Riverside County as well. What helps me to face challenges is really my team. I don't know what I would do without them, but I work really closely with the executive director and co-founders, Bing and Maisha Turner, shout out. We work really well together. We listen to each other. We support each other. And I can't imagine that any other way. But because we have a really great team, we're really almost like family. We are able to move through anything and really put our brains together and get through anything, bad or good. We always just push forward together.
This is Bridget Myers with the Little Italy Mercato Farmers Markets. And the thing that I lean on when I am stressed or don't know what to do or am just having one of those weeks or days is definitely other market managers. So just folks that are in San Diego. So friends that I have that run other markets in Pacific Beach and North Park and Hillcrest. And then also folks that I know just through the conference that I've become friends with over the years. And we share DMs or I can text them and just commiserate. Shout out to Christy Campley, because I know we text each other a lot when we're having those days. And it's nice to talk to somebody who gets it and, you know, remind each other why we do what we do. So really grateful for all those resources.
I'm Emily Lyson, Director of Development for the Lawrence Farmers Market in Lawrence, Kansas. And one thing that helps me the most to face challenges is my board of directors and really building them up. My board chair is also my best friend, and we work together to tackle everything and are in constant communication about it all. My parents are also a huge champions of the market and of me. They are at the farmers market every single week shopping from all the vendors, and they listen to me complain about everything and help me to just go back to the market and do it again every single week. But also Farmers Market Pros and InTents helps me because having this community makes it so every October when I'm overwhelmed and threatening to quit, I realize every single other person is feeling the exact same way. And then I hit March, come here, and then reinvigorate and get ready for another year.
Yes, my name is Jim Coleman. I am the owner of Rudolph Park Farmers Market, Inc., and I also have another business called Fresh Vista Markets, where I run 2 markets as a service in Washington, D.C.
Nice.
And how I deal with challenges, I would say the thing that clears my head and allows me to concentrate better is regular exercise.
All right, I'm Megan Railton, and I work with the Collective Markets, and I'm from Vancouver, BC. Well, I mean, the biggest thing is coffee, obviously. You know, you have to feed your soul a little bit. But honestly, I think the best resource that I have is the people around me and the handy-dandy checklist of things to do. Yeah, it really comes down to having a supportive crew and having that documentation.
Hi, my name is Chris Ball. I work with PCFMA. We do 35 markets in the San Francisco Bay Area. The thing that helps the most with challenges at the market, I really think community. I think we throw that word around so often, but I don't think people, really lean on their community enough or understand how beneficial it is. That's what we're doing at the market, is creating community. And, if you are in need, if you need to recruit farmers, your farmers know other farmers. That community can help you get, expand in that way. If you need more non-ag or hot food people, the people that you have are going to know other people, and it's going to help you be able to expand your market that way. We've had plenty of markets that we've had to move or relocate, and members of the community that shop at the market have oftentimes been the one to help us find new locations for that market. Or, they've known somebody that knows somebody that's on the city council and can help us with when we're facing construction issues or, all of those things. We've dealt with sinkholes in the market, wildfires, everything you can name in Northern California. Anything that can happen is always going to happen at the farmers market. But the more that you plug into and access your community, the more that, every challenge, no matter how big, is going to seem like a very small obstacle when you have the support of the community.
Okay, Lisa Beasley, market manager at the market at Pepper Place in Birmingham, Alabama. And what helps me the most when I'm facing challenges? Leaning on my co-manager, my executive director. But our board is really awesome. We have a new board this year in 2025. We've expanded the board. It's like twice the size as it used to be, and it's a very active board. We've got chefs. We've got some really vibrant community leaders, and they are all shoppers at the market. That's how they got on our board, because we saw them every week, and we were like, yeah, this is who we want, because they're here every Saturday. And it's proven to be a great decision to do that. The board is full of enthusiasm, excitement, and they want to help. They want to support us. And they're kind of seeing things with new eyes from the other side as a shopper, but now as a board member. And they're like, hey, this is what we need to do for you guys. So it's great. And so I'm learning to lean on them as well and call on them. So it's great.
All right. My name is Robert Hudgens. Our business is San Diego Food Market. We're located in San Diego, California. And some challenges that also help me get through the day or through the night. Biggest thing is my team, having a great team and a great support system to help you as well. So big one is team. And if I ever get stuck, besides this team, I find like-minded other business owners like myself, ask them questions. What would they do in these situations? Reading books and sometimes YouTube as well, and I just Google.
I am Carmen Brewa. I'm the assistant market manager at the Napa Farmers Market in Napa, California. I would say my sort of annoyingly endless enthusiasm and positivity. I'd say when days get challenging, I think the connections I've made with our vendors, our farmers, I think we are a community that helps each other, and I just go to my colleagues. Though we're not coworkers necessarily, I see some of these people more than I see some of my family. So they really are. They are my resources. So I would definitely say my market community, that's why we're all here.
All right. I am Sadrina Brown Jalal, and I am the founder of the Sage D Collective and the owner and principal consultant at Atlanta Leadership Consulting. You know, I heard or I read Maya Angelou said some time ago that hard times call for furious dancing. And so I have been dancing. So there's a new trend going around called trail rides. And it's kind of a very similar to maybe country western line dancing. And so I've been doing a lot of that lately.
My name is Karina Smith. I am the executive director for the Columbia Farmers Market in Columbia, Missouri. And other than a large bottle of wine as my best resource, I think it is relying on the systems that we've worked really hard to put in place and a lot of the people that helped create those systems. Yeah. So we have worked really hard to have really clear rules and regulations, standards for our employees. But when it's really challenging and something that I've been really lucky to have gained over the last couple years are really strong employees on our team that really help support me. So this last year has been one of the least challenging out of the last 13 years because I have such good humans to work with.
Wow. And considering the state of the world, that is quite a statement.
It is. Yes.
Hi, my name is Angie Pettit, and I am the CEO and founder of Sunset Mercantile in the outer Sunset of San Francisco. Nice. Yes. And I would say my most favorite and really most reliable resource is that of the community. The community itself is who we created the farmers market for, and as well as all of our other markets that we do. And it's reaching back into that community when things get tough. Sometimes they'll actually see that it's getting tough and they'll step up and surround us and bolster us. And then there's people that just reach out and say, hey, I'm an attorney. Do you need some help with something? And it's been really amazing and just could not do it without the community.
Cohesive teams, supportive boards, coffee and exercise, podcasts, mentors, and trail ride dancing were all in the mix. The word of the day, though, was definitely community. The market family that you develop in and around your own events, and the wider ones you find and help expand, like Farmers Market Pros and other supportive organizations, hold you up and keep you going. Day after day, year after year, we grow community, and that keeps us all strong.
Thanks for listening today, and big thanks to MarketWorks for helping farmers market managers by putting all of the tools to succeed in one place, and for supporting Tent Talk, the Farmers Market podcast, and InTents, the National Farmers Market Conference. Find more information and sign up for MarketWorks by clicking their logo on the resource page at farmersmarketpros.com.
Please leave us a review on your podcast app or wherever you listen to Tent Talk. Let us and others know how you're enjoying the podcast. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next episode of Tent Talk. Connect with fellow farmers market folks in our private Facebook group, the Farmers Market Pros Community, and follow us on Instagram at Farmers Market Pros. Find online education and other resources at farmersmarketpros.com. Tent Talk is brought to you by Farmers Market Pros, where passion meets profit. Tent Talk is hosted by Kat Fields White and Bridget Myers and produced by Leandra Hayes, with original music by David Mead. Tune in next week for another great episode.